There's a couple of things I wanted to talk about the salvia thing. I've mentioned I saw a couple posts on YouTube, and there was these guys on there that hit salvia on camera and put it on YouTube, and all their friends are messing with them and they're touching them and they're trying to fuck with them. And there's these guys on there, I can't remember their names or anything, but they were saying stuff like, hey man, respect the salvia. Don't, respect their trip. It's a personal experience for those people, and you don't want to get in the way and make them have a bad trip. So just leave them be. If they want to touch you or reach out and grab you, then that's okay. But don't touch them unless they are reaching, grabbing for something real to hang on to. And don't laugh at them. Well, try to keep it down. Don't laugh at them. And just respect the salvia. Don't. Let them have their personal experience. It's supposed to be a personal experience for people. Let them have that personal experience.
It's not a joke.
It's not a joke. Yeah, we're not.
It's not a social thing.
It's not a social drug. It's not a joke.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a spiritual experience. God put that plan on this planet for human beings like us to get a glimpse of what's real and what He perceives, and that's what I believe. So respect the drug. It's not a toy. So you're talking about the last 4 times that you did salvia and you laughed hysterically. You had been drinking alcohol.
Yeah, I was definitely had been drinking alcohol.
Yeah, so that probably affected you not going all the way out there and you just having to be laughing fits and stuff, right?
Possibly.
Dude, I didn't feel like laughing at all. I was just
trying
like,
to make you laugh, but
it was kind of
it
icky.
didn't work.
So, what are the kind of little goodies you got there, Brian, that we might want to try on our brains?
I have Mimosa hostilis.
And what is that? Mimosa hostilis?
Yeah,
That doesn't sound very pretty.
Yeah, these names are interesting actually.
Yeah.
If you study them.
Uh-huh.
The Latin terms for genus and species are very interesting. They tell a story. All words tell a story, but like looking at these terms for especially hallucinogenic plants and trees and stuff,
right?
It's really interesting to look at what the names say with their genus name.
Right.
Just like this one, Mimosa hostilis. Yeah, it tells a story, right?
Right.
Hostilis. What does that mean? It means hostile.
We have kind
It means it's gonna fucking hit you. It's gonna fucking attack you.
So.
And it's DMT based. It's used by the shamans. Has been for thousands of years.
So DMT is the one that activates on your pineal gland.
Yeah, it's what your pineal gland produces.
And it's the one that guy always was talking about.
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan was talking about.
He's
Yeah.
funny as shit. He's quite well educated.
Yeah.
Anybody wants to check him out? He's the host of Fear Factor.
Just Google Joe
Check
Rogan.
him out. Yeah, go to Google, type Joe Rogan DMT.
Yeah.
And he'll tell you his experience, his personal experience.
It's pretty funny the way he tells about
He's
it.
a stand-up comedian too, and I never knew that.
Yeah.
And he's funny as shit with stand-up.
Yeah.
And he's like a ultimate fighter too, or he's well versed in martial arts and fighting. And there's actually at least one video of him fighting with some Yahoo user or some shit. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
There's a fight with him on Fear Factor. He handles himself very well.
I remember watching a video with Joe on it, or no, actually it was a telecast or something like that. It was like a radio broadcast. He was on the radio, and he was talking about how when he does the DMT, he gets into an isolation chamber where there's no lights and this and all this other stuff.
Totally dark.
Yeah.
No windows, no light whatsoever. Stripping his brains off, whatever. On mushrooms was his choice. Psilocybin was what he was speaking of, but he did smoke DMT once, and he speaks of it on Google Video, and it's quite hilarious.
We'll have to find that clip and put a link to it.
We'll have to link to it.
Yeah,
it's
we're gonna
easy
link to it. Yeah.
It's very informative and very funny too. He's a crazy dude, and he's very well educated, self-educated, which I never. You can tell he's educated by watching Fear Factor, but I never knew he was this well educated until I heard his little shit on fucking Google.
Yeah, till just recently. This is going to conclude our day. We're ready to go home, and I'm going to edit this video and put it up, and maybe put some links up and try to write a little bit about my experience, get some words down on electronic media. So that's it. Good night.
Oh, one more thing.
What's that?
Omnis Unis.
Ominous Eunice.
Omnis Unis.
Which means, for those who don't know,
all is one.
all is one. Unity.
It's Latin.
It's Latin. That's the
Oneness.
word of the day. Is oneness.
Yeah, that's the word for the day.
And I learned that
I
too.
said that today.
Yep, and I learned that too. The word of the day is oneness, and I learned that in a big way today when I took a hit off the salvia and I was grabbing and scratching to get back to reality, and I seen what reality was made of, and it's all made of the same thing. It's all
One.
like a sea. It's a sea. It's not. Things aren't separate like you think they are. Like this table. This table isn't separate from the air that's around it, and it's not separate from the floor that it's sitting on, and it's not separate from those shoes that are under it. Everything is blended together, and it's all connected via one common source. And when you do salvia, you get to experience and feel and see the source. And that concludes our broadcast.